Hey guys, and welcome to tonight's Millionaire Mummies episode session training group. I'm really excited today because I want to talk to you guys about the most important part of any business, really. And it is basically the entire customer transition. So it is the contact with the customer. It's how to understand what the customer wants, and it's handling objections, which is obviously very scary for a lot of us because we're not. Let's face it, we're not salespeople. We're just everyday women, mums, dads, whatever. We're not equipped for that, right? So it's learning how to handle objections in a genuine way, and it's also learning how to close so that we're not constantly chasing our tail and harassing people and kind of like having all these fence sitters and not enough answers. So firstly, I want to start with a little bit about understanding the psychology of a buyer. Okay, so I've got a book in front of me. It's so awesome, and it talks about it's created by a guy called Robert Cialdini, and he talks about the 6 weapons of influence. And I want to just quickly touch on a couple of those. The first one is, I can't even say it, to reciprocate. Okay, reciprocity, I think it is. Reciprocity, yeah. Yes, go me, English teacher, cranking out the words. So basically, it is a weapon of influence. Okay, so what that means is, it means that as humans, we're part of a society where we're conditioned to want to give back. If somebody gives to us, then we just have this inner desire or we feel like we owe them something. Yeah. So, I mean, think about all the times that someone's just given you something for free, offered you a free coffee, you've gone into a car dealership and they're like, here, and they're giving you stuff for free straight away. Instantly then, when they ask you for something, like a signature on a contract, like a deal, you kind of feel obligated to give back because they've given you something. Otherwise, you'd be like, no, I'm just here for free coffee and whatever. Like, it's just as ingrained human nature. So use that to think about the situation that you're in and think about the customers that you have. And go, if you're constantly giving, and it doesn't even necessarily mean something physical, like you can give, like free shakes in the post, customer care packs, all that sort of thing. But you can also give value. And so the more that you give, the more people feel like, yeah, I want to give back because she's giving me a lot. The second one is commitment and consistency. So Cialdini says we have a deep desire to be consistent. So once we're committed to something, the more inclined we are to actually go through with it. For example, if you were talking to somebody about their idea or their passion about a business, and then all of a sudden they've actually made that business a reality, you're like, oh, they've actually been consistent with that and they've gone out and done it. Yes. And then you feel this need to support them in that, because they've proven themselves that they're actually like following through with that. Social proof. This is huge. This is huge for our industry. So many people are like this. I hate it. All right, it's my number one pet, hating people, because I'm not like it, but it is the way of the world. It is safety in numbers. All right. So people will say yes to something if they see other people doing it and other people enjoying it. If it is relatively new, if it is like a bit risky or like outside the square, they'll be like, nah, I'm just gonna like sit here in my safety net and just wait until somebody else does it. And if they fail, then I'll be like, oh, I'm glad I didn't do that. But if they do well, I'm just gonna follow in their footsteps. Yeah, this safety in numbers, this is the majority of people. All right, these are usually not your leaders. Usually your leaders are the ones like taking the risk, and that's why they are leaders, because then the rest follow after they see this success. But the majority of people, it's a safety in numbers thing. So it's about basically trying to show that other people are liking what you're doing, that other people are supporting you in what you're doing. Because if they can see that other people are joining your community, that other people are buying your products, that other people are loving on you, then they're going to love on you. Yeah. So that's our testimonials. That's our, when we do thank you posts on our page for people's orders. That's when we welcome new people to the team publicly. People are seeing, oh, that person's, oh, cool, cool. And then they're going to jump on the bandwagon. All right. And sometimes it is a lot of fluff and whatever. But yeah, it is unfortunately one of the things that a lot of people are like these days. Okay. Liking. This is so huge. This is like a big newsflash for me. It's about people have to like you. If they don't like you, it doesn't matter how good your product is, they ain't going to buy it. Not off you. They'll go buy it off someone else. And that is dead set the truth, unless you're the only person like that offers that product or service ever, which is rare these days. But you have to be likable, and that doesn't mean like changing who you are to try and please everybody else. It's just about being a people person, really being vulnerable with people so that they get to know you and that they feel like they have a similarity with us, that they resonate with us in some way. You can't, put yourself out there and be like, I'm a leader, do as I say, not as I do, listen to me, I'm right, I know everything, and try and tell people stuff, but not tell them about yourself and not show them who you are as a person, because people buy from who they like. Like, think about if you've ever gone into, like, I've done this so many times. I've gone to buy a car. I've gone into a car dealership. I've gone into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car dealerships, and the simple fact of the sleazy salesperson that was trying to sell me the car that I didn't feel like I trusted, I didn't buy the car. Even when I really, really freaking wanted that car, I didn't buy it. But then the place that I ended up buying the car is because I really liked that person. I feel like they were genuine and sincere. So that's a huge thing, right? I hope you're writing all this down. It's good stuff. The other thing is authority, and this is something I think that in this industry we need to work on, and as women we need to work on. Authority in the house, in the household, yeah, we nail this. We're amazing at it. We're like, this is my territory, I'm in charge, I'm like, I know my shit, listen to me, yeah? But when it comes to asserting our authority in I don't know, like within our job or something we're new at, okay, if we're not confident within ourselves and what we do, how do you expect other people to be confident in you? So you need to exude some sort of, like, be an authoritative figure, like as a teacher. And you girls that are online right now, like being teachers' aides, like you get it, right? Like we are the authority when it comes to kids. But then the one before about liking has to come into play, because you can't just be like, I'm the authority, I'm the boss, listen to me. It doesn't work. But if they like you, but they know you're in charge and that you know your shit, they're going to trust you. They're going to be like, yeah, right, I'm going to listen to this person. You have the ability to influence somebody a lot more. Okay, and the last one is scarcity. So, like, usually people, or scarcity, people are more attracted to things that they know they can't have. This, especially women, yeah? Like, if we can't have it, we want it. So don't be out there like, oh, you got to buy my stuff, and like this is, like, it's so important, right? Because people are like, oh, like, all right, back off, like, desperate, okay? Be like, play hard to get in this sometimes. Sometimes it's important to be like, look, that's totally cool. If you're not ready right now, that's totally fine. Like, there's only 5 left. Like, there's only 5 spaces left to join my team. Totally understand if you're not ready. I've got a few other, like, I've got loads of other people I've got to get in touch with, but like, that's like, message me later when you are ready. We'll see where we're at. Maybe there's something else we can come up with, but I totally get it. I was once in your shoes too. It's not for you right now. When the time comes, we'll sort it out. Okay. And then it makes them think, oh, maybe I am ready. Like, what is this? Like, you want to create that intrigue a little bit. All right. So there's, and then, yeah, there's trust. 12 ways to influence people's decision to grant your trust. All right, you can write these down if you want. I'm not going to go too much into these. Just write them down, understand them. It's pretty cool because at the end of the day, you're not going to buy anything off someone if you don't trust them. And we are not about just a purchase. We are about community. We are about customer care. We are about building relationships, and it is all about trust. So if a person doesn't trust you, you're screwed. Yeah? So I want you to write these things down, and then I want you to go through at some point, and I want you to tick the things that you think you already have, and I want you to highlight the things that you think you need to work on. This would be really cool. So the first thing is confidence. All right. Yeah. Well, a person's not going to trust you if you're like, oh, like it's kind of all right. Like I think it's good, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, like it's all right. Okay. You got to be confident in it. Congruence. Professional appearance. All right, so you got to hold yourself well. You don't want to be, I mean, I know that sounds a bit superficial, but it's totally true. Totally true. You need to, this is really important, you need to communicate your good intentions up front. So transparency. You need to be like, these are my intentions. Yeah, like this is what I aim to do. What does congruence mean? Yeah, it means like harmony, like compatibility, to be compatible with, to resonate with someone. Yeah? Sorry. All right, so if you like have a similar opinion on something or whatever, like, yeah, resonating with someone. All right, be in integrity. So make promises and requests. Like actually want to help someone, like integrate, like I promise you that I am going to do everything I can to help you in this journey. I promise you I'm going to be your accountability buddy to make sure you hit these health goals. The next one is listening and keyword backtracking. So really, wait, Loz, what are you saying?
Follow through on your word. If you say something,
yes,
follow through.
Exactly.
Don't just say
exactly. Follow through. Don't promise something and then not deliver. If you overpromise and underdeliver, you're going to lose not just one customer but heaps, and the trust and everything. Super important. So the next one is listening and keyword backtracking. So what that means is it's called active listening. So it's not just listening, but it's showing you're listening with your body language, with your gestures, and actually repeating things back to that person to make sure that you've got it right, to show that you are listening. So for example, so what you're saying is you'd really love to be able to lose 10 kilos before your wedding, but you're just frustrated because you've tried so many different things and you don't know how. So am I right in saying what you really want is an extra $500 a month? Am I on the right track? Yeah, like checking in. The next one is over communicate. And I love this because this is what I do all the time. I'm an oversharer, and some people do not like, those people where you're like too much information. Okay. But what this means is express concerns and fears. Like talk about real fears and real concerns that you have, because no doubt they are going to be the same in that other person. So if you're talking about them, listen, I wasn't always like this. I used to be so scared of this. I used to be so concerned with this. And then you're addressing their inner fear as well without them having to bring it up. It's very hard for someone to be like, oh, but I'm too scared of this. So if you say it, then they're like, oh shit, I have that fear as well. Yeah, cool. Okay, I trust this person because they get me. Discuss potential future problems or issues that might arise. I like this because it's like, look, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. Like this is going to happen along the way, but what in life doesn't. The next one is provide accurate information. So don't ballpark. Don't be like, oh, look, roughly this, around about this. give specific, if someone asks you for a specific price, give a specific price. Don't bullshit people. If someone says like, how much is it? Don't be like, oh, well, like, let's just get on a chat and talk about it. Like, I know that that's kind of part of the system, but at the end of the day, you can still give the answer and get them on a call. Like, be real. Negotiate for abundance, win-win. If I give you something, will you give me something? Let's try and work out a way where we're both going to be happy. What can we do? All right, negotiation is the key in this world. Everywhere, it is all about negotiating. If you don't try and negotiate on a sale in any shop you go into, okay, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Greek. So I'm a tight-ass Greek. I've been called by my partner and whatever, but it works. So negotiate your shit. Be in rapport. Build rapport with people. Ask questions, get to know people, and actually care. If you can have a really good rapport with a person, they are going to trust you. And the other thing is reveal something about yourself. Okay, so share something about yourself that you don't have to share that makes people feel like they trust you. And there's a really good quote. Stephen R. Covey says this. He says, the most important ingredient we put into any relationship is not what we say or what we do, but what we are. I'll say it again. The most important ingredient we put into any relationship is not what we say or what we do, but what we are. Okay, it's our values. It's what makes us us. So I think that's really important, because if you can understand how to build trust with a person, then the next part's easy. All right. The next part of this is step 2. That was step 1. Step 2 is your customer transition from non-buyer to a buyer. So you're going to approach people. Okay, and these people that you're approaching don't even think that they want what you're selling. How many times do you hear this? Oh, no, I'm right. I'm good where I'm at. I don't really need that. I'm fine. I'm cool. Okay, because they don't know that they need it, but they probably do need it, but they just don't know that yet. So it's your job to try and show them why they need this. Okay, it's like exposing their pain. Like, what is it? What is their frustration in life that is stopping them from getting this dream life that they want? There's always going to be one. And if there's not one, they'll be a millionaire. And if they're a millionaire, there'd still be one. So it's all about identifying their pain or frustration, okay, and their point B destination. So we all know where we are. We're at point A right now. We're here, point A. We want to go from point A to point B, from where we are now to where we really want to be in the future, okay? So what we want to ask them is, what is it that you really want to do? Where do you want to be? Like, what is it that you want? Is it money, wealth, health? Okay, what is your pain? Like what's... It could be a physical thing. It could be anything, okay? Understanding what that is then going to help you to solve their problem, because that's what you're here to do, okay? Because if they don't know they have a pain, they're not going to buy a solution. When you get a headache, you have a noticeable pain, you go to the chemist, you get Panadol. If you're sick, you go to the doctor, you get a Band-Aid treatment that covers up a physical pain. But there are always pains we have, but we just don't know it yet, and we wait until it happens and then we get the solution. But if we can treat it first before it gets to that, okay, then really then we're preventing, which is what we're all about. So that's really important. So maybe just, and a good thing to focus on where they want to be. If they don't have a pain, where do you want to be? What is your ideal life? Think about it, picture it, tell me. What is it? All right. So what do you have to do to get there? What's holding you back? You want to uncover challenges. What sort of things do you feel have been stopping you in life so far from reaching that passion, that goal, that lifestyle? Okay, it could be having kids. It could be you don't have time. It could be work. It could be, your self-doubt. What are the challenges that have been holding you back from reaching that life that you want? And then I want you to really ask and literally say, on a scale from 1 to 10, how committed are you to making that happen? How committed are you to making that dream a reality? Because what you're doing is you're getting them to make a commitment. If they say 8, I'm determined, I'm an 8 out of 10, then by the end of the conversation, when you say, right, well, I have a way that you can do that, here you go, sign up, let's get it done. They can't turn around and say, oh, no, I'm going to think about it, because they're not an 8. They're being a hypocrite. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to keep them accountable as well. What have they tried in the past? Have they tried anything in the past? For example, if they want to lose weight, cool, that's their pain. What have they done in the past? Has it worked? Obviously not. If they're talking to you right now, there's a reason they've reached out to you. There's a reason you're having this conversation. Why didn't it work? What were the things that let them down? What were the things they liked? What were the things they didn't like? Understand that background so that you can try and fill the gaps and give them what they need. And I would ask the question, like, these aspirations, this life, it's amazing. Like, why haven't you done it already? Straight up, why haven't you done it? Like, you know you can do it. You know you're literally settling for a life well beneath what you deserve. Why haven't you done it? And they'll be like, oh, damn, like, I don't know, I can't say money or kids. Like, it's not really an excuse. If they say money, cool. If they say kids, if they say time, okay. If money was no object, if time was no object, okay, take that out of the equation. Would you say yes right now? Would you get this done? Yeah, cool. Let's work on that then. You know that's the issue. If that is actually the issue, okay, money is the issue. But if it wasn't an issue, they'd be 100% committed. They've told you that. All you need to do, so if I can solve this money problem for you right now, if I can find out a way that to make this work, a package that suits you, that's going to help you hit your goals and also like cater to your financial needs, then we're good, yeah? Well, yeah, cool, sweet, commitment. Okay, and another question that's really good to ask is, if all this did was bring you an extra $500 a week, a month. If all this did was get you sleeping through the night, would it be worth it? If all this did was got your kids eating more fruit and veggies, would this be worth it? If all this did was give you discounted products, would it be worth it? Okay, more often than not, the answer is going to be yes. So they're really cool, really cool. I'm going to get to handling objections and the close later because I'm running out of time, but I really want to touch on that as well. So I'm going to unmute you guys because I really want you guys to be able to ask questions because they've got about 5 minutes left. Do you guys have any questions on, I hope so, on the transition from like a non-buyer, somebody that doesn't understand their pain, to someone that's like, yes, I need this? Do you have any questions in that process? Feedback. Was that helpful? Was that okay? Do you find that in reality you could do this if you were to have a conversation with somebody?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think, like, I feel like seeing that and hearing it so matter-of-factly is really good because I need to hear that. And I feel like so often, especially in this business, in this field, we're so wishy-washy and we don't want to push people or step on people's toes. But it's kind of like I'm at the point now where, like, I value my time as well. So if someone's, like, telling me they're committed but then they're like, oh, I'm going to think about it or this and this, I'm literally going to be like, that's totally cool. You're obviously not ready right now to make that change that you need to change. I get it. We've all been there. When you're ready, come back and talk to me and let's get it done. Yeah. Because you don't want to be wasting your time. Like, I get that's the process, right? Like, I get that that's what we're meant to be doing, but everything follows a formula. Like in life, like I suck at maths. I hate maths, but But in life, everything is mathematical. Everything is a formula. Everything is like, if this works one time and another time and 20 more times, it's going to keep working. So it's like we need to be consistent with what we're doing and not keep like changing what we're saying, what we're doing for, like, it's just got to be like, you're that authority person. I guess it's taking it from this, laws. I guess it's like going from saying like, oh, I've just started this business, I'm really passionate about it, I'm super cool, like it's super exciting. That's our first phase of it, right? Then you get to the second phase and you have to be like, do you know what? I take my business so seriously. Like, this isn't just a hobby for me, this is a business. And I really, like, I respect your time as I know you respect my time, and I want this for you, but there's got to be a commitment from you as well. So I'm totally happy to send you some more information, but until you're ready to, like, if you can't commit now after this 10-minute chat or whatever it is, like if you're addressing their objections and giving them this info and they're just still like, no, like, you just got to be real and be like, look, at the end of the day, your care factor on a scale from 0 to 10 for this is not past 5, which is cool because you've got other stuff in life that's probably more important. So when this becomes past the 5, let's talk.
I think another good thing is that if you got to keep in mind too that you want to keep that relationship going. So those people that are sitting on the fence watching and they do really want to commit, I think that obviously you're not going to be messaging them every night, but at least touch base and just genuinely ask them how their kids are, or, you know, just keeping that. And it's with customers or people that are wanting to join as a team member too.
Yeah.
Just
7 to 10 and 7 to 10 touch points. So you have to message someone 7 to 10 times before they say yes, technically. Yeah. But this is not messaging them. This is a touch point. This is not messaging them, do you want to buy my product? Do you want to buy my product? How about now? What about now? Yeah. What about now? Like, it's not about that. It's just about how you going? How are the kids? Oh, like, you had a good time on the weekend. It's literally, as you said, Loz, like keeping relationships, being present in somebody's life, showing that you care, but doing your thing at the same time. Don't let these other people that are on the fence like stop you from being this person, and because they're watching, like everyone's watching you be a leader. The minute you kind of like go quiet, people go, oh yeah, she's not doing that.
And I think also, and that's probably what's good about Teamsy, is that, you know, it keeps you that accountability to follow up and check up, especially with those people that are keen on buying. But also, mind blank.
It keeps consistency. It keeps a routine. It keeps. It's really important to have every morning to do the same thing, to stick to a consistent routine, whatever that is, and that's going to be really important in your business as well. So I'm going to wrap it up tonight. We'll jump back on. But
I was just going to say, if I could, just 2 seconds, it's really good also to do that touch base, because if you've seen them read a message, they may have just gotten busy and it could just 100%. Be, hey, how you going? And then they'll be like, oh my God, I was supposed to write back. And
you're their accountability person, because how often do you forget about stuff and go, oh my God, I wish I had done that sooner. I've missed the boat now. Like, you're helping them out. So I hope this has really helped you guys tonight. And obviously comment, reach out if you do have any questions, and looking forward to the next one. See you.